Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Prehistoric Kingdom Update 15 series. Actually, by the time this video comes out, the Update 15 really will be here and not just a public test build that I've been using. Which means that by the end of this video, we will actually get to see Oviraptor. Gallimimus was available for the public testing, though not Oviraptor for whatever reason. So I'm here making a Gallimimus exhibit, and then we'll throw Oviraptor with the Geducta creatures. And for this enclosure, I wanted something where the guests can walk through and enjoy the Gallimimus around them. What I would have done, and what I started to do, was I would have made like little bridges for the galleys to walk over the people, and that would connect the exhibits. But, it's kind of... not quite what I wanted to do today. I started it and I was like, nah, I changed my mind. So instead, I'm going to have the people going over the Gallimimus. And what's going to happen is a Gallimimus bridge. I need to come up with a new name for this during the editing process. Right? Gallimimus Gallery. That would be cool. Unless there's like a nice bridge name for it. So I started with the straight bridge. And I'm like, that's not that interesting. Just seeing that, it's kind of lame. So I made maybe the biggest mistake of my life. I started a curvy bridge, which it wasn't too hard to put the path down, but oh my god, the amount of work I have to put into the rest of it, like getting the railing and to guard the humans from falling in. Oh my goodness, it takes a lot of work. I'm just throwing down support beams here so it looks physically possible, like it's not about to collapse under its own weight or the weight of the people, depending on how many Bronto burgers they've had. And yeah, so I'm jumping around a bit here because it wasn't a hard build, it was just a very tedious one, because you gotta place all of the beams here and then all of the mesh to connect it to. So it just it took quite a while, and then I had to do the same thing over again. I was hoping I could just copy that side and then put it on the other side, but it doesn't quite work like that. It looks wonky and weird. You don't have to see that part. But what that meant was I had to do it twice. Epic. Awesome. Yeah. So the Gallimimus, I can't wait to see them. I saw like them in the previews and the dev diaries, and they're going to look amazing. And of course these are Asian animals too. They're also from Mongolia, but they're from the later Namek formation. Oh, you can hear my dog Indiana in the background. They're from the Namek formation, which is later than the Geducta. The Geducta was more arid, while the Namek was more like seasonal, wet. So it's not going to be a desert, what we're making here. There's the river, and it's going to be a lake. Yeah, so try to recreate their environment. A much different vibe than the last video with Protoceratops and Velociraptor, but that is something you see a lot. A Velociraptor in the Namek, or like some cross hybrid between the Namek and the Geducta, which isn't the case. You see that in Prehistoric Planet, chased by dinosaurs, because you got these two iconic dinosaurs that lived in the same place at slightly different times. So they kind of just go, we'll throw them together, even though, no, I shouldn't do that. Though there are Velociraptor relatives that lived in the Namek. Also, what's from the Namek? Yeah, we got Tarbosaurus, but Dinosaurus. I was considering putting Dinosaurus in here. I might do that later, do it in the future. Right now it will be good with Gallimimus. But you notice I made the mistake of, I made the bridge too small. Because in this game it's a little bit difficult to tell proportions or how big something is and how it's gonna fit into the world. So it's nice to have the, what do you call it, like the signs of the different dinosaurs, and they are to scale, with the signs of the human too, and you do see me using those a lot. Like you have to put them down so you know how big is a person, so how large do I have to make my structure, how big is the dinosaur, how big is the enclosure in comparison to them, because you might end up, and I've done this several times before, just making absolutely giant enclosures for an animal that doesn't really need it. My first enclosure that I ever built when the alpha just dropped was a Tarbosaurus, and it was like a waterfall, a series of waterfalls, but the whole thing was huge, and you could barely see like the one Tarbosaurus that was out there. Yeah, so thank goodness we have those signs to help us out. Okay, now I'm gonna put like a nice little pipe feature, to flow the water, kind of like in Jurassic Park, how they have that at the bottom of the Tyrannosaurus exhibit. And yeah, that's how the Gallimimus is getting their water. And at this point, it's mostly done. I did a mix of arid and wetlands, just to kind of replicate the formation, but I don't know if I really like how it looks. The dirt looks a little too, I don't know, looks a little too sandy and rocky. It's too yellow, I feel. But anyway, let's cut to the present. And we are back from the time lapse. Looking at Juxia here because I noticed it is July. They should be in breeding season, but unfortunately our male is not quite sexually mature yet. He's 65.4% there. It would have been nice to start breeding them, but I don't think any... Oh yeah, that's what an adult looks like. I looked at him like, wow, he's pretty big. No, he's still kind of small. Oh my gosh, this one's even larger. They're huge. What about my Psittacosaurus? Are they in heat yet? Where's my male? My males are not sexually mature. My females, no, they're not sexually mature either. Next year. When do you get there? Alright, more in spring. Okay. So, okay, there's no breeding happening here. The Coelophysis, I don't think are quite ready yet, though. They are starting to take form. Like, they're losing their downy fuzz. Oh, no, their fuzz is gone. Okay. Man, they're at the end of their breeding season, but they're just not mature enough. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting, Nigel. Yeah. Okay, that's very nice, Nigel. So let's grab this and bring it over here so that people get a sense of scale and know what they're about to get into. Move you over. And I like to have these just in front of the enclosure so people can see how large the animal is, and I don't know, be kind of impressed by the size. Like, you don't see it moving around. Oh my god. You forget sometimes that Gallimimus is just a behemoth. Cause like in Jurassic World Evolution and in JPOG, they're pretty small herbivores, like human sized. But no, oh my god, like up to the neck, could be like 10, 11 feet tall. I mean, up to the top of the head. Just to the hip, to the back alone, it's like 7 feet tall. These things were monsters. I think they are the largest ornithomimids. And yeah, so we got all the fossils of Gallimimus. We also got all of Tarbosaurus accidentally. And Dinosaur also is... not done, but getting there, almost there. So let's look. We now have access to Gallimimus. Excuse me. Chromatic phenotype select. Are you telling me I can't pick different skins if I don't do research on it? Are you serious? Am I getting Shrek right now? Oh, come on. Right. Fine. Is Oviraptor? Oviraptor is in the Geducta. So we gotta start mining that now. And I guess I can do a team Bravo. Ugh, it's gonna cost me so much money. Oh my gosh. The research plus the dig site at the same time. I'm gonna be hemorrhaging cash. So, who do we look at in the meantime? I don't know. Coelophysis, how are you? They're doing lovely as ever. We can look at the Velociraptor Protoceratops. I didn't change much, just added some foliage and connected it up to this area so that it loops around. And alright, so it's being used more now. That's very nice. Good to see. Good to see. But it would be nice to actually see the creatures There are dinosaurs on the dinosaur tour. Okay, yeah, there they are. They're the velociraptors, looking lovely as ever. They're kind of adolescent right now. Yeah. So, they're not quite adults yet. This is a female. I don't know if the females have the head crest, the feathery crest, but it's not quite in yet. Alright. What? You guys made it? Yo, that's awesome. Where's the guy? Dude. She really robbed the cradle on that one. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Someone, please. Call the cops. He's just an adolescent. He's actually mature, sure, but oh my god. Yo, cougar. Groomer. That's not good. No, whatever. I wanted mating. Beggars can't be choosers, so in about, where did they show that? Whatever. You're pregnant, you're gonna give birth in an hour, in about a year or so. Alright, so we got the research done, which means yes, I can look at the different skins now. So, oh man, this is the default skin. What, do you have a name? Allium. Man. It's so cool. It looks like a Gallimimus. It's just a giant flightless bird. Well, okay, they're not actual birds or the mimids, but they look like them. I think it's a behemoth. Like, just looking at emus are scary. Cassowaries are scary. This thing is huge. Okay, so is that Chow? Is that the male? Did the male reach adulthood? And I love this one. This is my favorite. It reminds me of a secretary bird. Can I zoom out? I don't know if I can zoom out. But yeah, it looks like a secretary bird. And, oh man, it's cool. I love the feathers on the top of the head, the black and white, like monochromatic coloration. I'm definitely getting this one. Sorry guys. And whichever this is, oh my goodness, this is a fancy looking one. This is the one you take out to the party. Kind of similar to this. No, well, similar colors, but oh, I love how the skins aren't just, they're not just different skins, but sometimes they're like slight model tweaks and changes to like the color, the feathering. Man, they really went all out. So like the design is different, very different. Man, I love them all. Silver Spalding, Rose Thorn, cool. Oh, okay, the Protoceratops are going up. Jaducta is done. Which one is Chow? Chow is our male, so he didn't reach adulthood when you guys did it. Man, that was statutory right there. Anyway, let's get some Gallimimus and populate this park. So let's see. Maturity. We see what they look like, you know, mature. I might just make an adult is 40,000 by itself. Base rating 572. I think that's very good. How much is the Coelophysis? Alright, very good. Gallimimus is like 2 Coelophysis. Alright, so if we take you down 30%, dang, you guys are expensive. Whoa. They look like baby birds. Oh my god. Oh goodness. But then as they go up, are you expensive because you're albino? Sometimes the game does that to you. It's nice to have albino ones, but I don't want albino ones. Can I exit out? But the thing is, having an albino one makes them super expensive. You can have like a juvenile male, juvenile female, and now that they're back to normal, let's get some older specimens in here. So they won't be fully grown. Man, this is so expensive though. I think we might just have to watch them grow up in our park. all of them, honestly. Okay, you can grab some. So that's 4 right there. And 5 might be the magic number. Oviraptor is complete. It cost me a lot of money to get Oviraptor. And you guys need to develop. Cool. Good for you. I guess we can look at Oviraptor in the meantime. So back to the list. And Oviraptor. Let's see what they look like fully mature. And man, this... It's like an Xbox skin, the green and the white, like Xbox 360. I'm loving that. And then the little patches of pink around it. The black around the eyes. Man, it looks good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we actually have a crest for Oviraptor. Like, that's just interpreted from City Patty, I believe, or Anzu. Even though Oviraptor is very commonly depicted with a crest, we don't actually have a crest for it. Is there sexual dimorphism? Yes, there is. Oh my god. Now this one looks like a Fruit Loop cereal box. That's really awesome. Except they're gonna cost not that much. Not nearly as much as the Gallimimus. But male, also nice. Kind of like a baseline skin. Looks good, but you know, not crazy. Female's cool. Did the males have a taller crest, or am I just seeing things? I don't think there's sexual dimorphism in this one. So let's check the first skin. Helvine. This is more sandy. Definitely fits the desert vibe. And oh my god. Very cool. That's so cool. The crest has more coloration. The back seems darker. There's more black to me. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking great though. Love them. Love them. I think we'll go with that one. Fits our sandy vibe over there. So let's get this bunch ready. So they're all juveniles, but some are bigger juveniles than the others. Oh my gosh, they chirp. They chirp. What is going on with this world? They're chirping. Also in this update, yes, we see a lot of paleobotany, a lot of new items. They'll also like graze on the plants. And I think they'll be grazing on plants like from their biome, and maybe like they'll prefer the ones from their time period. But you have to check me on that. Man, but this update is like so huge with the breeding and like the nests. So they're having a good time. They're moving together since they're a family, or they were hatched together. They're a clutch. Let's see. Can I get some more? Yeah, we can get more. Who cares if we go into debt over this? They're cool creatures. In this game, they're primarily herbivores, so they can eat fruit and insects, which seems about right. Like, they don't have teeth, so we don't really have the best understanding of their diet, but that's typically what I see for them. Oh, okay, you're chilling, you're doing a little display over there. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's one male. I should make another male of these guys. And you're going crazy. All right, perfect, exactly what I was looking for. Another male. Let's go. And it would be nice if we could speed this up a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Gallimimus, awesome creature. Awesome addition, and they're getting the love and respect that they deserve. Of being so massive. They're not the small creatures, like, because again, they're typically like portrayed as Struthiomimus size, but no, they were massive, and I think one would be terrifying if you saw it in real life. I'm sure one kick from those legs would rip your head off. That thing is insane. It has red eyes. Why do you have creepy red eyes? Oh yeah, you're albino. That makes sense. Sorry, albino viewers out there. I just called your red eyes creepy. I don't know if that happens to humans too. Yeah, it would be nice if you can like exit away or try to get a different one rather than the melanistic albino ones, because yeah, they randomly come up and then just like jack up the price. It's a little bit annoying, but I'll survive. Let's get some education up in here so that people learn about Gallimimus, know what they're all about. Here, there you go. And we can have another one over here. Here, learn. Learn. Learn about the Gallimimus. You will love the Gallimimus. But we are making money. There were a few months where the profit was going down. Down again, it was kind of hard to make money. But it started going back up. And now we're making more profit than ever. Which is awesome. Cool, cool. So this is a new enclosure. I didn't need like a lot of new staff for it or a lot of new infrastructure aside from the bridge. Just kind of plop it down. It's good. Maybe we can have a little eating area here for the guests. So let's see. While I wait for the others, I can make that and get some Oviraptor. Honestly, this might be winning right now. This is my favorite, but I don't think it really fits the vibe I'm looking for. Because this is a creature that lived in the desert, so I'm not quite crazy about the more tropical looking coloration. Looks more like a bird of paradise. So in context, I don't want it, but it looks the best. Let's get some Oviraptor. Pretty cheap. Alright, and these guys are ready to go. Boom. Boom, boom. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I can count. Right after I can count, I swear. Yeah, it's possible they also would have eaten like smaller animals. Just pick something off the ground. And yeah, even creatures we think of as herbivores today won't pass up a free snack. Like videos of cows and horses eating meat. It's a little disturbing because it goes against like everything we're used to. But it happens from time to time. So, yeah, if there was combat and predation in this game, this would be a terrible idea. Throwing babies in with these much more grown velociraptors. But they'll be fine. They'll be okay. And I love how they're Protoceratops nests here where there's just velociraptors ready to snatch them up. So we can look at those Oviraptors. Dang, look at them moving together. Like a pack. Where did I put the Oviraptors? They were just here. Grab the fence over here. Where's... There they are. Yeah, they are very much misunderstood, and I'm sure Nigel Marvin has a line about this where, like, the holotype, the original fossil, was found with, like, an egg. It was carrying an egg, and paleontologists just assumed that that was, like, a Protoceratops egg. So that was stealing the egg, which is why you get the name Oviraptor. But no, it's probably its own egg. It was carrying, guarding, whatever. And we find its relative city patty. I think they're two specimens, two beautiful specimens of city patties brooding over their nest. So I know these were very good parents. And there they go, jumping off the cliff. Wow, that is Spider-Man over there. Oh, you're called Thor, but no, you're more like Spider-Man. Remember to give names for our Oviraptors and Gallimimus. And names for pretty much every creature, every species. Whatever you want, put as many names as you want. Totally fine. I'll use as much as I can. So now this should be a hopping exhibit. People should be lining up for this, you know? Not saying? You could change this one to Oviraptor, so you learn about them. A good Jaducta Flaming Cliffs Mongolian enclosure. It's awesome. Okay, so a lot of creatures, a lot of Coelophysis are becoming adults, which means they should start breeding soon. You have the fluffy skin, the others have the more lizardy, snake-like skin. Okay. It's actually mature and fertile. Is it time? No, it's not quite time yet. But do we have a male that's mature? You're not quite there. So you should get there by the next breeding season. So those are our update 15 creatures. They are each looking lovely. These are super high standard for Prehistoric Kingdom creatures. Thank you, Nigel. Yeah, it's a super high standards that Blue Meridian sets for themselves, and they keep reaching it. Each of their creatures are just beautiful and amazing and so lifelike. Like, they strike the perfect balance between looking aesthetically pleasing and scientifically accurate. Ignore the floating straw. Wow. Really cool. I can't wait to see these guys go up. Well, as for the next video, I am continuing my masters because I need to finish my masters to keep teaching. So that starts tomorrow. This is my last night of freedom. And then in September, in a week, I go back to my teaching job. Which, doing that at the same time while raising a family, oh gosh, I'll try to keep going with this. I really like the way that this zoo is coming together, our extinction exhibition, but content may slow down, just letting you know. We've got a really good Asia section. By the next video, I want to fill this in with like a burger shop or something. And yeah, we can do another Asian animal. Like Dinosaurus. No, like Tarbosaurus over here. We don't have a large carnivore yet to really tie it all together. And then we can have, like, I don't know, a Western and North America section. It's kind of like deserty, like the Wild West. I don't know, something cool, something fun. And then we can give Coelophysis a proper enclosure for that. Maybe get some Dilophosaurus. I'm not sure. You know, a lot of those dinosaurs out west. Stegosaurus should be coming soon. A future update, hopefully. Black Acanthosaurus would be good for that. That'd be really good. Alright, La Brea. La Brea creatures. But we can have like an Ice Age section too. A lot of Morse information. Animals. It's going to be amazing. So remember, if you enjoyed this video, to please leave a like, subscribe, and remember to check out my social media. See you next time.